The first Soviet nuclear bomb. On August 29, 1949, the Soviet Union successfully carried out its first nuclear test at the Semipalatinsk site, a vast 20-kilometer-wide area located in present-day Kazakhstan. The device was named RDS-1, an acronym that concealed its true nature under the fictitious label Special Jet Engine, a deliberate attempt to mislead Western intelligence services. The design of this bomb bore a remarkable resemblance to Fat Man, the plutonium bomb developed by the United States and dropped on Nagasaki, and it was no coincidence. Thanks to a highly effective espionage network, the USSR had obtained key information from the Manhattan Project, including technical details, internal structures, and estimates of destructive power. That intelligence accelerated Stalin's decision. The Soviet Union had to acquire its own bomb, and fast. Construction of the RDS-1 began on July 1, 1946, under the direction of academician Yuli Karetin at KB-11, a facility under the Ministry of Medium Machine Building, later renamed the Institute of Experimental Physics of the Russian Federal Nuclear Center. Karetin himself would recall years later, "The silence that followed the explosion was more eloquent than any scream. We had entered a new era, and we knew it." Although the general design mimicked Fat Man, the Soviets introduced their own innovations. The ballistic casing and electronic system were domestically designed, the result of intense work under extreme surveillance. Two variants were developed, one using plutonium, RDS-1, and another using uranium-235, RDS-2, though the latter was discarded due to its low efficiency. The bomb was adapted to be dropped from a Tu-4 aircraft, a Soviet replica of the American B-29 bomber. Its dimensions were exact: 3.3 meters long, 1.5 meters in diameter, and weighing 4.7 tons. Inside, it housed a nuclear charge with an estimated yield of 20 kilotons, controlled by an automatic detonation system. At Semipalatinsk, measurement instruments and special cameras were installed to record the test. On August 29, 1949, at the designated time, the bomb was detonated. The explosion lit up the sky. The shockwave shattered windows for dozens of kilometers, and a mushroom cloud rose above the Kazakh steppe. The test site technicians recorded the event in a cold, technical tone. The shockwave shattered glass 30 kilometers away. Cameras captured the formation of the mushroom cloud. The test was deemed fully successful. But restrained emotions surfaced on many faces. Tension, fear, and pride mingled in silence. Years later, scientist Andrei Sakharov, who did not take part in this test, but did in the later hydrogen bomb, would summarize the collective feeling. At first, we felt we were protecting peace. Later, we understood the horror of the weapon we had helped to build. The project leader, Igor Kurchatov, was received as a hero, but among his closest colleagues, He let slip a reflection as human as it was unsettling. We have caught up with the Americans. Now the real problem begins. How to prevent the end of the world. After the detonation, the Soviet Council of Ministers ordered the construction of a facility capable of producing up to 20 bombs per year. In 1959 RDS, 1 units were produced, and by March 1951, the Soviet Union already had an arsenal of 15 operational plutonium bombs. The arms race had officially begun. Finally, on August 5, 1963, at the height of the Cold War, the Partial Test Ban Treaty was signed in Moscow by the USSR, the United States, and the United Kingdom. The agreement prohibited nuclear tests in the atmosphere, outer space, and underwater. It was the first serious attempt to halt a power game that threatened to drag humanity into the abyss.